Alright guys, for today's video I wanted to do something that's just a little bit different. I wanted to, well, a couple of you guys have asked me, where I go to shoot, if it's my own private property or not, and how long it takes to set up my portable range. And I usually shoot on public land, so it's free for anyone to shoot at. And I have a decent collection of steel plates and steel targets that I take out with my buddies and I set them up. So for today's video I wanted to, in a sped up version, I want to show you my typical range setup with a friend or two. And I will have a little stopwatch counter in the top, and the whole thing's going to be sped up because it's boring to watch the whole process and in regular speed. So it'll be about 1,000 speed, so 1,000 times faster, and I'll show you how I set up my range. So here we go.
Wave to the camera, Joe.
And this first target that we're setting up, we're just emptying it out, and the legs are at the bottom of the truck, so we'll come back and set it up on the way back. This next target I'm setting up, I just use 2x4s and sawhorse kits to hang the targets, and it's at about 65 yards. Now I always like to set up at least a target or two at 100 yards to check zero, and 100-yard targets, always nice to have. In the meantime, Evan is setting up our paper target, and I think that's at about 25 yards. The next target I'm setting up is at 200 yards. This next target, I'm setting it up at 300 yards. And now we're setting up our last target at 450 yards, and then we're driving back. Now the first targets I set up, I usually set up around 11, 12 yards out to maybe even 15 yards, and that's the double spinners from Buckeye Targets and the dueling tree from Action Target.